Hey guys, I'm Jess. I'm in New Zealand, more specifically Christchurch. Today I'm on a quest to buy some classic Kiwi fish and chips.
Hey, I'm Cole and I am in the United Kingdom. While Jess is on her mission in New Zealand, I am on the hunt for a local chippy to serve up what is often referred to as the national dish of Britain.
So I'm heading into Cashmere Fish Supply. It's a goodie and it's been rated one of Christchurch's top fish and chip shops.
NZ versus the UK. Who is going to come out on top? And of course, we will dive into what it costs to eat essentially the same thing on opposite sides of the world.
So let's go. Okay, so scuba chips is $4.80. Hot dog, which is like a battered sausage, is $4.10. A plain donut, $3.70. I just ordered the Battered Blue Cod, which is $12.60, but you can get a variety of other fish or a normal piece of fish for $4.80. And I really like the fact that they've got gluten-free options as well. I don't know why, but in New Zealand, every single fish and chip shop seems to have one of these fish posters in it. They are rated one of Christchurch's best fish and chip shops. It is good.
So I have found Papa's Barn, not too far from my house, about a 20-minute drive. They are an award-winning fish and chip shop, restaurant and takeaway, so I'm hoping for good things. Scoring about, I think it's about 4.2 on Google. That's awesome, thank you. Cheers.
Okay, we have secured the fish and chips. Now in New Zealand, it's really common for them to come in just wrapped in paper. And what I usually do before I get to my destination is tear a little hole in the top of the bag so that they don't get too kind of damp in there from all the heat. And I always steal a chip for the ride home. Yum. I thought what I would do is take you guys on my little journey to my eating destination, which is my friend's house. She lives at the top of the hill. This is Dyers Pass Road in Christchurch. I thought I would go to her house because caring is sharing. I don't think I can eat all of those fish and chips myself. We'll have a bit of a feast together. She's also got like an epic view at her house, so I'll show you guys that when I get there as well. So I've arrived at my friend's house and here we are with the fish and chips. You'll see why I chose to come to her house, because she has an epic view over Christchurch. I love it up here. Okay, so here we have it. We've got our blue cod. Let's cut her open. Soggy, but it may have just been because I've been driving. Same with the hot dog. Not quite as crispy as I'd like, but I'm sure it will taste good. Chippies? I think this is a reasonable amount of chips for a scoop. I've seen smaller and I've also seen way bigger. One thing I think about this specific fish and chip shop is the quality is good. So there's no point in getting like a massive pile of chips if they're not that great. It's a decent amount and enough for two people as well. This feels really nice and soft and a little bit crispy on the outside. I actually want to bite now because that is delicious. I would say this is one of the best fish and chip donuts that I've had in a very long time. The amount of sugar on the outside, how soft it is on the inside, and the taste. She's a good one.
So this is the back road up to my house. Apologies about my dirty windscreen. These are the kind of laneways that are kind of surrounding us. So as you can see, there's really only room for one car, but this is a two-way lane, so it can get a little bit tricky. But there are some nice views up this way. So I've just pulled up here. Nice spot for a quick bite. You can sort of see those cliffs over there. I just live right on top of those. A few houses there. Alrighty, here we go. This is the bag I was given. Just got my boot open, so nothing fancy here. Good old fish and chips, the way it's done. Alrighty, driven about 12 minutes, so not too far. Wow. That is the fish on there. That is huge. Wow, that's quite impressive. The chips underneath there. What else we got here? Mushy peas And this is like a curry sauce. I don't know much about these two, but apparently it's kind of how it's done. You eat the peas with your fish and chips, and you dip your chips in the curry. Well, I guess we'll soon find out. The guy in the shop asked if I wanted salt and vinegar on my chips. That's also how it's done here. I'm used to the salt, not so much the vinegar, but of course I said yes because we have to do it the right way. And this is the small battered. In New Zealand we call it a hot dog. It's generally on a stick. This one is not, and it is quite small. You can see there that's pretty small. So that's just a battered sausage, I suppose. Oh, and I also got a can of Pepsi and BYO ketchup. And of course, mayonnaise.
Hey Duo. Hello, can you smell the fish? Can you smell the fish? My friend's cat, which you can't see. I think he's like almost 20 years old. He's really ancient. Can I give him some fish?
He loves chips.
He loves chips? Okay. He's a true Kiwi cat. Oh, he's 24. Oh my goodness. Here, have some fish. So today I have BYO'd a Kiwi classic Watties tomato sauce, some Best Foods mayo, which I think tastes exactly like the McDonald's mayo, which is always my goal. Here in New Zealand we eat chip butties, which my friend has actually just googled, and it comes from buttered bread and is also very common in England. So let's enjoy a chip butty together and some spread, because there's nothing better than your butter on the bread, hot chips kind of melting into the butter, tomato sauce. Good. Okay, we're going to butter the bread, and I personally think the more butter the better. Now I put my tomato sauce on the bottom, and I'm quite a neat person when I make these. I know some people kind of just get a handful of chips and kind of just pour it all in and close it up, but for me, I personally like to line up the chips, because that's just the type of gal that I am, like this. So every bit of the bread is covered with a chip. Now I'm actually going to step it up a notch and chuck on some mayo, because mayo is good with everything, right? There we have it, a classic. Yum. My mouth's doing like a little dance party. So the hot dog, I cut it in half. Let's pull some of that off. It's yummy. I think it could be a little bit crispier, but if I had eaten it fresh from the shop, I think it would have been. Sauce and mayo. Now, the fish is really flaky and yummy. I actually am not a seafood fan. I don't really like fish at all, but this fish is actually really yummy. And because I always think if you order fish, sometimes it's really like it smells fishy, and I don't know if that means that the fish is bad, but some fish smells more fishy than others. But this blue cod doesn't taste like fishy to me, which I think is like a good sign. I'm not sure. I'd recommend. For $12.60, I have bought blue cod at a different fish and chip shop, and it was $18, but you do get a little bit more. For the taste and the size of this one, I think it's okay. I mean, gone are the days that you go down to the fish and chip shop and get a scoop of chips for $1 and a hot dog for $1, and you can feed your whole family for $4, you know? Chips, good crunch, nice amount of salt, good temperature. They're not burnt, they're not overcooked. I would actually go as far to say they're perfectly cooked. It's a double thumbs up from me. Like the rest of Christchurch, I would recommend Cashmere Fish Supply.
Nice fancy backdrop. So I think we will make a start on the fish. So that's pretty large. Looks like a really nice piece of fish. The batter is pretty crispy. It looks appetizing. I can't say I'm blown away by it. Let's give it a go with this sauce. Let's try it with the mushy peas first. Yeah, interesting. I don't know, they're a bit nothingy. It's not, I mean, they maybe need a bit more seasoning. And the curry sauce. Whoops. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. The fish is a bit dry, but with the sauce, it's quite good. But I don't know if it's just the sauce making it good, or whether the fish is good. It's a very good looking piece of fish. The batter is nice and thin. It's not, you know, gluggy. The batter is really good. All right, time for the chips. They're pretty soggy. I'm actually quite partial to a soggy chip. My wife prefers the crunchy one, so that's maybe a good thing. These are quite soggy, which I don't think is everyone's cup of tea. I am enjoying this curry. I get the sauce dipping. Both Jess and I love our condiments. Obviously mayo's a big one for us, but yeah, we do love the condiments. These mushy peas on the other hand. I don't think I'm a mushy pea fan. I feel like it's like a puree you'd feed your baby. I think I'd just prefer peas without being mushed up. I've definitely had better chips. These are not great chips at all. They're not very hot. They don't seem very fresh. I wonder if they were just sitting there for a while. Chips are average. Now I'm going to take this home. I just live just up on that cliff, so not far away, about 2-minute drive, and I'm going to try this out with my son. So let's get home and see what he thinks of it. He's only 2 years old, but I'm sure he'll let us know whether he likes it or not. It's a couple of minutes later. I've just come home. We're in the middle of renovating our kitchen at the moment, so it's a bit of a state, so apologies for that. The battered sausage in question. What do we think? I'm not stoked with it. I think I'm a little bit upset because this wasn't cheap. Can't say that I'm overly happy with any of it. My most favourite thing is this curry sauce. Anyhow, let's see what my son thinks of this sausage. Okay, alright. No sausage it is.
Okay guys, now that my belly is full, it's time to review the fish and chips. I would actually go as far as to say that this was one of the best fish and chips I have ever tried. I know. It was cooked, in my opinion, to perfection. Not too much oil. They had the perfect amount of salt on the food. The fish was like melt in your mouth delicious, and I don't even really like fish. The only bugbear that I could say is that the batter could have been a little bit more crispy. The hot dog, it was a good old hot dog. And the donut, very good. I would probably go back and just buy a donut. The way it tasted like fresh, and the sugar amount was like just perfect. So I'm just all handsy right now, but I'm just trying to explain to you the goodness of the donut. The price, it cost me 27 New Zealand dollars, which is roughly 12 pounds I think, and 16 USD. It's kind of a hard one to judge on price, because when I was a kid, you used to be able to go to the fish and chip shop and get a scoop of chips for $1. You could feed a whole family for like $4 or $5. These days, fish and chips is expensive. I mean, I definitely could have got the cost down by ordering just, you know, one of the normal pieces of fish. But yeah, $27 is a little bit on the high side. It did feed both me and my friend, so for 2 people, it's not too bad. I just feel like fish and chips should be kind of cheap and cheerful and not like $27. But yeah, cost of living, people, it's real.
So I think the price that I paid for this takeaway is weighing on my decision a little bit. So let's talk about the price and what each item cost. So I did everything online, placed my order. I got a small cod and chips, $12.80, 1 small battered sausage, $2.30, mushy peas, $1.75, curry sauce, $1.75, and a can of Pepsi was £1.10. So that total was £19.70. In New Zealand dollars, that's $45.05, and in American, that is $26.70. So that is quite pricey. Now remember, this is for a takeaway as well. It wasn't even eating in a restaurant. So imagine if you were going for a fish and chip takeout for your whole family. Like, start saving. It's crazy. The cost of living is absolutely insane at the moment. Breaking it down really quickly, the chips, they were lukewarm, they were soggy. Yes, I did add vinegar, but not enough to make them that soggy, so they weren't the best chips. The fish was beautiful to look at, a great size, a really nice looking piece of fish. The batter was thin, crispy, and it was reasonably tasty. Fish itself, it just, I don't know, it was lacking something. It was quite dry. Obviously that's meant to be the star of the show, and it definitely wasn't. The battered sausage, it was small and it just tastes dull. The mushy peas, I think we've spoken enough about that. Not really a fan. Now my wife did say that you are meant to add vinegar to them to make them taste better. Apparently that's a thing. I don't know, is that just her? Is that a mutual feeling amongst you guys? I'm not sure. The curry sauce. Britain, I am definitely on board with that. Now taking all of that into account, the value for money and the taste, I would have to say at best a 6 out of 10. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like. It helps us out massively. We do drop a video every Friday night UK time.
If there's something that you want us to review, drop it in the comments below and me and Cole will give it a go. It's been awesome hanging out again, guys, and we will see you next week. Bye bye.
Enjoy the weekend and hope to see you next Friday. Take it easy.